Okay, today, students, I'm going to show you how to create a threaded hole, a counterbore hole, a through hole, and a countersink hole in an aluminum plate, for example, or just a plate in general. So go ahead and click on Creo Parametric. Close these dialog boxes out. Maximize the screen. Get a new and select part. And we're going to name this plate and holes. Plate holes, okay? Select OK. Now I'm going to make my plate 4 by 4 inch by 1 inch thick plate, okay? So I'm going to go to Sketch, Sketch on this plane, Sketch, and we want to select Sketch View. And I'm going to go to Rectangle, Center Rectangle, click at the origin, and we're going to click and then hit the scroll wheel. Now these dimensions obviously we don't want to keep, so I'm going to change this, double click on that and change that to 4. Enter. Double click on this dimension and we're going to make it 4. I'm going to do a refit here so that we can see it. Maybe want to use the scroll wheel some too. Select OK and do a refit so you can see it. We're going to extrude. Hold the scroll wheel down and let's change the depth of this. You could just double click on that and let's make it 1. Select OK. Alright, so now we have this plate. I'm going to cut off all these datum displays because it clutters to me it clutters the drawing or the model. And we're going to learn how to create a hole today. So go to Hole, and we want a standard profile hole. We want the diameter to be, let's say 1. And I'm going to click right here on this edge. And you see these little fingers here, these little grip fingers, you have to hold the left mouse button down and drag it over to the edge, touch off on the edge, double click, and we're going to make that 1. Grab this finger here, or grip rather, and we're going to double click on that and make it 1. Okay, the thickness of the plate is 1. So if you hold the scroll wheel down, you should be able to see you've created a 1 inch by 1 inch hole. All right, select OK. All right, so we have a 1 inch diameter hole, 1 inch from this side and 1 inch from this side. By the way, you see me moving my part around. I'm holding the scroll wheel down as I'm moving my mouse. All right, so now we're going to put do a refit there, do another hole, and we're going to go to standard, and we want the diameter this time to be, let's say, 0.5, and let's say we want to go entirely through the hole, and we want it to be a counterbore, and I'm going to click right here. Okay, I'm going to grab this finger here, pull it over to the edge, double click, make this 1. I'm going to grab this little grip here, touch off on that side, and make it 1 also. Cancel it, see. Apparently I selected the wrong dimension. Sorry about that. Click on this, make it 1. Okay, and the diameter is 1/2. So there's our counterbore. Later on, we'll be concerned about the actual true size of the counterbore. Select OK. All right, so there you go. That's a counterbore hole. Now, let's go to hole. Standard. We're going to leave the diameter as the same. We're going to go through the entire surface. Countersink. Click on this edge right here. Okay, so grab this finger here, and we're going to touch off here. Change that to 1. And grab this finger here. Make that 1. Okay, so let's see if we make this 1. Cancel. Oh, that's the actual. Let's see. Let's undo that for a minute. We'll undo the countersink. Let me try this again. Let's make this 1 inch. Cancel. Oh. Click on standard. Countersink. Place right here. Grab this finger, touch off on this edge, make it, oops, sometimes it does that. I don't know why. 1, guess it doesn't like me. Pull over to this edge, make that 1. And let's see. Let's make this 0.375. Okay, so that's the diameter of the counterbore, or the countersink. And the hole, this is to accept the flathead screw. Again, we'll be more concerned about the dimensions later. I mean, you can drag this and make it as small as you want. Okay, so I just left it at 0.375. Select OK. So that's how you create some holes. You can create a tapped hole. So go to hole, standard. Actually, go to this, select this one. And we're going to create, click here. And we want it to be a coarse thread. And we want it to be, let's say, a 3/8 16. All right. And we're going to touch off here. Make this 1. I'm going to touch this one off over here. Make this 1. And that should be 3/8 there. That's probably the tap drill size right there. All right, so 3/8. We want to go. We want to go all the way through. So this is actually a threaded hole here. When I select OK, if I look at the annotation of this hole, see it's a 3/8 16 2B, meaning it's an internal hole, and the depth of the threaded part goes down to 0.75, and this is the tap drill size here. Okay, so this gives me some information. So scroll out. Let's do a refit. Okay. Now, let's go in here and do a round. Make sure you know how to round your corners. If I select that edge, it's too small. Let's make it 0.25. And let's do that for all 4 corners. You may have to hold your scroll wheel down and move your mouse to get to the other corner. Okay. Select OK. All right. So now, we have a through hole, we have a counterbore hole, and we have a countersink hole. And this is a threaded hole here. Now, let's do one more thing. So we did the hole and we did the round. Let's do the chamfer. And we're going to chamfer the edge. Let's make it like a 0.125 here. 125. Select the edge. Select OK. All right. So now what I'd like for you to do is I would like to play with the view tool here again. Appearances. Let's just paint the top surface of that red. Say OK. So our hole will stand out. I mean, you could do the whole part if you wanted to. So let's do a file, save as. Come down here and select. Let's see. I'm looking for PNG. PNG right here. Say OK. Go ahead, yes. Say yes. Okay. So now if we want to open up this picture that Mr. Morris just created, let me try that again. File, save as, save a copy as. I'm not scrolling down far enough. Okay. Yes. No. So where did I put it? That's the question. File, one more time. I keep forgetting where I put it at. So, oh, it's in my documents. All right, it should be in my documents here. We'll save it as PNG one more time. There it is under my documents. Okay. I didn't know where it was going. No. So if I go open it up and you go to my documents and plate holes. And this is what I'd like for you to turn in. So this is what you're going to submit. Okay? So not a whole lot this week. I want you to do this to see if you can make the holes and the rounds and the chamfer. Okay? Right? You have a simple hole, you have a counterbore hole, you have a countersink hole, and you have a threaded hole, you have rounded corners, and you have a chamfer. All right? So this is your assignment. I'm going to call this a hole plate in gradebook. Okay? All right. There you go. That will complete our assignments for today. And I hope you have a good day.